here on the 5th of August. It's a Friday, 2022, and I want to talk a little something about rabies, and I'll give you a few rabies stories here. One of the ones that happened to me when I was a young man, I was out coon hunting and skinned a bunch of coons, and I was stupid with a knife and I cut myself on the hand, and it was one of these cuts that wouldn't stop bleeding. I didn't think any of the coons had rabies or anything, but I thought, okay, I'll go to the doc, get this checked, because we had a doctor right up the street. And I told him what happened, and he says, okay, I have to report this, and blah, blah, blah. And I had heard that you could get the brains of these coons, and I knew where they all were, the carcass. And I said, I'll just run and get them. We'll get them tested. Well, by the time I got home, he had to report it. State police were there, and they said, you're getting a rabies shot. Nothing you can do about it. So they took me. They said, if you don't come willingly, we're going to arrest you, and we're going to take you. So I was coerced into getting this rabies shot, and got the rabies shot, and it wasn't very long at all. I got sick as a dog. Had a hard time breathing. I wound up in intensive care for a couple of weeks. I was on a respirator. I had a severe allergic reaction to the shot. Don't know if it was a bad shot, maybe an old bad one. Don't know what happened, or I was just allergic to it, but near killed me. So that's my first rabies story. Then the second one my wife got, we had that little dog, Muggsy, and it nipped her, just a little dumb nip. And she immediately Filipinos, they just immediately got to go to the rabies shot. I guess if you look at a dog sideways, they're gonna make you get a rabies shot. And she got him, and I didn't think that was necessary, because you watch the dog. Anywhere else, it seems you watch the dog. And that little dog's alive and fine today, so no rabies, but she went and got the rabies shot. Now we have Mumu, and he's been antagonizing Shakes for a month, and I've been telling him, knock it off. Because she'll growl at him. He'll poke her in the eyes with his thumbs and do all kinds of things and get his face right up on her, and I'm telling him, knock it off, don't do it. And it ticks me off. Well, she growled at him. She did not bite him. She hit him with her claw in the head. And now all of a sudden, my wife wants him to get a rabies shot, which is absolutely ridiculous. Shakey's had her rabies shots. And you're going to run into this with your Filipino. They're scared to death of rabies. They got this thing that they teach them in this country that if a dog farts on you, you got to get a rabies shot. It's just ridiculous. The other thing they do here with your animals is, I had dogs. I had a kennel license, for crying out loud. I kept hunting dogs for years, and we used to give them like the 12-in-1 or the 7-in-1 shot, and we were done with them. We were done. Now rabies shot, by law, we had to give them one when they were pups, and then a year, and then they were done. Never had to get another one. Here they got these series of damn shots you got to get. And if we want to take Shakes to Mandura, we got to have the papers for all this. To me, it's a con. To me, it's a big con deal. And now my wife, she's crying. She talked to her friend, and her friend saying, you have to get it because it was in the head. See, it's a difference here. I guess if a kid gets a problem, if they're nipped on the head, it's like, I don't get the whole Filipino thing on this rabies. You watch your dog. Where are you going with that, Bob? Okay, that's my little buddy. We're just chilling tonight. We had our walk already, and took the dog out. I mean, I would watch her. There's no doubt I'll watch the dog, but there's no way that they're going to get rabies here. We got no bats flying around. We haven't seen a rat here in a long time. So there's no chance, and there's no marks. The dog's in the house all the time with us, or out with us when we go out. And she's got no marks from bites from a rat or anything like that. So, I just don't get the, give them a damn shot. And I don't want to take a chance on Geronimo getting a shot, because I don't want something happening to him like me. Because in these hospitals here in this country, if he went into trouble like I did when I got it, maybe that's just something in me, I don't know, and it could have been passed on to him. I don't want him having a problem, you know. And then my wife said, "Oh, well, you just don't want to spend the money, you know." No, I'd spend everything I had if that's what it took for the kids to be okay. But, you know, it's just I don't get the whole rabies thing here in this country. So you guys who come here, it can happen to you too. I mean, they're just totally crazy over this. Now I can see getting it, but personally myself, I would just watch the dog. Dogs get rabies, and from what I'm understanding is they're dead within 12 days, you know, and there's signs way before they die if they got it. And like when my wife got her rabies shot, I thought that was just a waste of time and money. She had to get a whole bunch of them, a series of them, and of course she couldn't get them here in Lipa. She had to go all the way to San Jose, so that was a big trip every time. I didn't understand why the rabies shots are better over there than here. I just don't get it. But there's something you can run into, you know. Not much else has been going on. We see China didn't blast Pelosi's plane, and now I think she's in Japan now or somewhere. They had some kind of flight tracker thing on the telegram that was watching this woman, and she was just trying to, you know, tally in the money. And not much else I've been seeing in the news other than the Republican candidates are winning like crazy all over the country. People are fed up with the group that's in there now, but guys, they're going to steal it again next time when these midterms come, guaranteed. I'm telling you, they're gonna do it again. They have to. Their backs against the wall now. They can't not do it because all the crap they've done would get overturned so fast. And what I think, according to the people of the states, they're going to overturn everything. All these Dems are going to get the boot, and there are a lot of conservative guys, people coming in there. Now you got to watch out. There's a lot of these people that are going for this. They're WEF people. You have to look in their background. When you vote for somebody, you need to really vet them good and do that. And you need to get down to the polls and watch the polls, guys. You have to be real careful of that because, you know, I'm telling you, they're going to go full court press on this next election. And they tried to do it in Maricopa County and steal that one down there. You know, they were fudging the numbers already. We know that. Now, whenever it comes for the actual election for the governor down there, watch. I'm telling you, they're going to do their best to steal the same thing over and over again because they are backs against the wall and they're going to have to. They did it before, guys. They did it before, and I don't think this was the first time. I don't think this last election was the first time. I think all the way back through Obama, when that one ran, I didn't know a soul. Even at that time, I was in Pennsylvania, and that's a Democratic state, big time. And you know, they're all. It's not because the people really believe in the principles of the Liberal Party. It's just because that's what Grandpappy did, and they're all hard workers, and they don't think that much for who they vote for. They're going to vote who Grandpappy voted for. And even then, nobody wanted anything to do with this guy. And he got in by this huge amount. I mean, he just totally took it. So I think that was one of the first ones. Could have been even before that. Could have been before that they took it. But you got to get out there and you got to be careful who you vote for. Watch who these people are. I see a lot of these people on I watch Telegram, and they got different people. And then you start looking at they're members of the WEF. You know, they love the CDC and the FDA, and they want you to get, you know, they've come out and said we want everybody to have the best jobs, and you got to have all this, that, and the other. So be careful who you're voting for, guys. And me, I don't like any of the parties, and I also heard before that Repubs and Dems got together, they must start a new party, and to me, that's just to suck off votes. I remember when Perot was coming. Hear that big second sound? That guy. And I thought, yeah, he's good. I'll go for this guy. I'll go for him. And then he got out. And then when he came back, I said, spoiler. Immediately I was telling him, this guy's nothing but a spoiler. He's trying to steal the votes. So, you know, he was just a paid shill guy. And it's a real shame. It's what the things they do in politics are a shame. Now, this country, I've seen the new guys in, and they're doing a few things. I don't talk about it too much because they don't want us involved in their politics. But watch what they're doing here too with the new guy. There's a lot of things going on now, and I know they want to pull out of the Hague and all this kind of stuff. But personally, I don't care what country you're in. I do not believe that any country should be tied in with an international body because countries aren't, there's difference. I come here, and this is a whole different culture, guys. This is so different than what I grew up with. It's unbelievable. And it's their country. It's their business. You don't come in from some other country and say, hey, this is what you got to do because this is what all the rest of us are doing. It doesn't work that way, guys. Every country should be independent. They should have their own way of doing things, whether you like it or not. This is their way of doing things, and you leave them alone and you let them do their own thing. That's what sovereignty is. That's a sovereign nation. And when these countries, they get into this international baloney that this new world order wants you to have, I ain't for it, guys. I'm just not. But I'm going to go ahead and let you go. And this is Rick Shaw.
Bye-bye.